My name is Ronald Collins. I am the Secretary of the Oregon Tech Portland Metro SAE Baja team. My job this term is to design the body panels for our Baja car. I'm using the ecosystem as my design documentation medium. First thing you want to do when you get into this system is set up your management. This includes team definition, scheduling, your information resource documents, and your meeting notes. So team definition are your team members. You have contact information, notes about them, put a phone number there, whatever you need, just so you know who's on your team and what you need to, how you need to contact them. Uh, Next, we have the schedule. Uh, so this is where you set up your deadlines. I need to have this done here. You can have deliverables. These are you can fill these out yourself, and there's also a preset set of parameters that you can choose, and then you have the status that you can put what status each particular task is. That's really useful. It's really having it here and everybody having access to it. Your information sources. This is where your documentation. So for me, the standards. I need to have the rules close at hand. This is where I'm documenting that I'm using the 2020 Baja rules from SAE. The ecosystems user manual. I've needed to use this for learning this system, and it's really useful. I'm also doing research into various designs and ways to do this because we're doing a front engine four-wheel drive vehicle, so our frame is a lot different than your typical Baja vehicle. So I'm having to go outside and look up resources. So this is the SAE Baja forums, and then I'm also using SolidWorks' YouTube page to look into design ideas from the Formula One. Seeing as that we have a front engine vehicle, we actually have a hood. So designing a hood and taking some ideas. But this is where I document all of that. This way it's there. When I'm ready to write a report in the end, I can have all this documentation at my fingertips, and it's built into the system. Like, you do this as you go along, and it's really helpful. When you have meetings and you have notes, you have your meeting notes here, your date, who attended, and then who, like I'm the secretary, so I'm the scribe. Set the agenda, the meeting minutes, this is what was going on, and then there's an archive here that gets placed into here that you can go back and reference if you're trying to figure out when a decision was made, why it was made. It should be here all in one place. It's really nice, actually. And you can import files and illustrations and things that pertain to that particular meeting. And it's just really useful to have all this in one place. It's really helpful to gather your thoughts and organize what you need to do, and to help with the process of design. This right here is your project goal, so you're just basically stating I'm building body panels for our vehicle. I get into the problem statement. This is pretty much me brainstorming. Okay, I've got issues with certain aspects of the frame design. And then what does SAE say is their rules for the body panels? What specifically do I need? So this is where I'm starting to kind of lay out what I need to do and what my parameters are going to be as I go through this design process. This is where I set customer definition. We have SAE is considered an external customer. They're the ones that's going to be judging our team, our presentation, our vehicle, and we as the Baja team are the internal customer, and this is our motivation that we expect to excel and compete at the annual SAE design competitions. We get into the detailed design. So we get into the model. Well, let's go back here. Concept design is the process of here's our ideas, here's where we want to go, and then you document what you're doing. What I did here was I took screenshots of the roll cage and wanted to put this in to the design area so that I had an easily accessible reference to some of the things that I needed to pay attention to. Double clicking on the image, you get a pop out here that allows you to see from different angles what like the design process. These LFS members here are further out than the SIM members right here. So because of this actual member here and the way this is pushed out, we're not symmetric with the bottom with the SIM member. So we're going to have to look at the design and build a body panel that incorporates a little bit of a wider body than some of the tight, skin tight designs of the past. This allows me to show that's going to be a problem that needs to be dealt with. So it's really nice to have this documentation in place and be able to access it easily. Detailed design, so this is where you're going to import your CAD model. So we have an assembly file for our vehicle here. The biggest part right now that I need to concern myself with obviously is the frame. Double clicking on the frame SolidWorks part file opens up e-drawing automatically. This is extremely useful if you're needing to sit down and really get down and see what these issues are going to be, and specifically you can zoom in tight, you can zoom out. It's just the e-draw. It's nice to have. Overall, the ecosystem has been very useful for me in organizing, keeping things in one place, and giving me the ability to focus on some of the aspects that need to be dealt with. It's a really nice set of software, and I recommend using it. So thank you for your time.